Rachel and Trusty flew on, slowing down a little so that the goblins could get closer to the bunny. The doves bounced it carefully onto the covering of twigs and leaves over the hole. "I'm going to catch it," one of the goblins yelled triumphantly, reaching out for the bunny. "No, let me," shouted another. "I want to tell Jack Frost that I caught it," a third yelled. All four goblins made a grab for the bunny together and fell on top of the twigs and leaves in an untidy heap. A second later the covering gave way with shrieks of rage. The goblins all plunged into the hole, pulling the string out of Rachel and Trusty's hand and taking the toy bunny with them. The doves beamed at each other in delight. "Brilliant plan, Rachel," Trusty laughed. They flew down and hovered over the hole as the goblins climbed to their feet. "Caught in our own trap," the big goblin groaned. "It is your fault," one of the others moaned. If you had not lost the bunny, we would not be here now." "At least we've got the bunny back," another added, picking it up, then gave a screech of rage. "This is not the magic bunny at all. It is a toy." Rachel and Trusty laughed as he threw the toy rabbit out of the hole in disgust. "It is a good thing the goblins are not too clever," Rachel said, as she and Trusty flew over to join Misty and Bella, who had popped out from behind their tree. "Thank you, dolls," Bella laughed, her eyes sparkling with joy. "Misty is safe, and it is all thanks to you." "We were glad to help," Rachel replied. Misty scampered down to Rachel's shoulder and nuzzled her ear gratefully. Then the bunny touched her nose to Trusty's in thanks. Suddenly the tiny rabbit turned to Bella and began to twitch her nose furiously as she talked to her fairy owner. "Those," Bella announced after a moment. "Misty told me she came here because there is a bunny nearby who needs her help. He is lost." As Bella was speaking, Trusty blinked. She had just spotted something. A small black bunny was poking his nose out of a nearby bush and staring up at her. "Rachel, look," she gasped. "I am sure that is Jane's bunny. He must have escaped from his box." Rachel saw the black bunny and nodded. "But how did he get out?" she wondered. "Children, time for presents," Mrs. Dillon's voice came from the back garden, followed by cheers from the children. Trusty looked worried. "We have to get the bunny back into his box before Jane opens it," she gasped. "Bella, can you turn us back into ghosts again?" Rachel asked urgently. Bella waved her wand immediately. As soon as she was back to her normal size, Trusty tiptoed across the grass towards the black bunny. He stared up at her with big dark eyes, and to Trusty's relief, let her pick him up. "Let us go," Rachel said, grabbing the toy bunny and untying the string. Trusty and Rachel hurried to the garage, followed by Bella and Misty. The girls could see the children crowding round Mr. and Mrs. Dillon in the garden, but luckily nobody noticed them. "Look," Bella pointed her wand at the pet box. "That is how the bunny escaped." Rachel and Trusty looked closer at the box and saw that a large hole had been chewed in one side. Carefully, Trusty popped the little rabbit in through the hole. Then Bella waved her wand, and a cloud of dazzling sparkles swirled around the box, making it whole again. Right time for Jane's special present," Mr. Dillon announced, heading for the garage. "Let us get out of here," Bella whispered. Luckily, they all hurried out of the garage and went back to the side gate so that they could peep into the garden and see Jane get her present. The little girl looked very excited when she saw the pet box her dad put down on the grass. She pulled the flaps open and gave a squeal of delight. "A bunny! My very own bunny!" She reached in, gently picked up the rabbit, and gave him a big cuddle. "Look," Kirsty nudged Rachel. "Is that just the sunshine, or can you see a magical sparkle around Jane and her bunny?" "Definitely a magical sparkle," Rachel said firmly. "I am going to call him Sooty." Jane laughed, beaming at her parents. "Look at Misty," Kirsty whispered to Rachel. Misty looked just as happy as Jane. She was so thrilled. She was changing through the colors of the rainbow, from red to velvet. "It is time for us to go," Bella said, stroking Misty's fur. "But thanks for all your help, girls. Enjoy the rest of the party." She blew kisses at them, and Misty twitched her nose. One twitch for Rachel and one for Kirsty. Then Bella waved her wand, and she and Misty disappeared in a shower of fairy dust. "Time for the chocolates, children," Mrs. Dillon called. Quickly, Rachel hurried over and popped the toy bunny back into the basket. The children crowded round Mrs. Dillon as she handed out the chocolates. "The perfect end to a brilliant Easter," Kirsty said happily. Rachel was smiling as she watched the children. "Yes," she agreed, grinning at Kirsty. "All the bunnies are with their proper owners."